Life After Death by the Notorious B.I.G. Life After Death was the second and final album for the Brooklyn-born and raised MC, the Notorious B.I.G. It was recorded from September 1995 through September 1996. The album was executive produced by Sean Combs, and the bulk of the production was handled by the Hitman. It was the first hip-hop double album to go diamond. 2 weeks before the album's release, Biggie was killed in a drive-by shooting. How do we feel about Life After Death by the Notorious B.I.G.?
The bulk of the album was produced by the Hitmen. Biggie, Life After Death.
Yeah.
When this joint first came out, I remember, I was sad when Biggie died. I wasn't as sad as I was when Pac died. Not trying to say it's any. Pac just hit me more. Biggie was just a better rapper. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Biggie's death hurt because Biggie was a fucking animal. Yet the way this album starts out, Life After Death, the intro, it picks right up after Suicidal Thoughts, and like just the sound that Puff Daddy and the Hitmen put together on this album is really like mafioso. Is really orchestra. It has some orchestra feels to it. Like you got the strings at the beginning, the talk, the pianos are being played. Mario Winans was part of the Hitmen, I believe, at that time. Stevie J helped a lot on this album. Like, D'Angeletti, D-Dot. The way this joint came together, it just sounds crazy. It goes straight into him telling Biggie, you gotta live your life. You hear the flat line, and then the beat for somebody got the die drops. Mm-hmm. And the beat is just hard. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, dope lyrics. Love how Biggie does the slight voice changes so that he could signify that somebody else, voice came in. Right. Everybody knows what Hypnotize is. Kicking the Door was fucking ridiculous. When I first heard it, that's one of them songs he's kind of coming for other rappers, Nas in particular. He was kind of responding to Nas's, there can only be one king on Street Dreaming. The Message. And Fucking You Tonight, R. Kelly. One of the greatest songs Biggie ever put together. Last Days with the Lox. First time I ever heard the Lox. Jadakiss came in there, killed it. You already know what I'm about. When I come in your house, put the gun up in your mouth and get the money out the couch. Like, I was a kid. I was like, yo, that's nuts. I love the dough with Jay. Yo, I really wish that Commission album would have came out. They were working on an album called The Commission. Wow. I couldn't imagine what it would have sounded like, considering how Brooklyn's Finest in the Last Days and the song something about something G's. I can't remember what it's called. They only got a couple songs together, but they all sound crazy. And I love the fact that Jay-Z starts telling the story and then he says, I'll let you tell it. Like, that was one of his things. Like, he always said, he's like, I tell you half the story, the rest you fill it in. And that was always dope to me. Right. What's Beef? A lot of people love that song. It's a deep song. Big's interlude. That was the perfect intro into Mo Money, Mo Problems. It's short, sweet, dope. Mo Money, Mo Problems. I love that song. Yeah. I fucking love that song. I was like a Mace stan when that song came out. Niggas Bleed is another one of those dope stories. I got a story to tell. It's another dope story. It's like showing Biggie's attention to detail, his ability to make you picture everything he's saying. Right. Ridiculous. That's album number 1. Notorious Thugs featuring Biggie. I was like the biggest Bone Thugs fan at this time, so Biggie and Bone Thugs, like, they the only artists that work with Easy, Biggie, and Tupac, and Pun. Like they're the only ones that did all of them. But crazy song right here. Stevie J, he don't get enough credit for that one. Missing You featuring 112, great song. Another with Lil' Kim. It was always great when him and Kim went back and forth, man. They just had some good chemistry no matter what they was going through. Going Back to Cali's dope song, 10 Crack Commandments. Yo, like the whole album. Come on, man. 10 Crack Commandments, Player Hate. I love the way Puff Daddy sung on the end of the song, and he sounds stupid, but it sounds great at the same time. Right. And they knew it was great because that's why they did it again on Mace album. Sky's the Limit, obviously a great song. The World is Filled, great song. If y'all don't know, he kind of stole some, Jay-Z kind of stole some lyrics from this song and used it on I Just Wanna Love You. My Downfall with DMC, yo, that beat right there is fucking nuts, yo. It really is, man, and I love the way DMC is just talking in the hook. Like, it sounds great, and then the female vocalist is singing out, they pray, like, all of it just sounds so fucking great. I just couldn't imagine the feeling in that studio when they was doing that. Long Kiss Goodnight, one of RZA's best beats. I'm not the hugest RZA beat fan. Okay. one of RZA's best beats. And you're nobody till somebody kills you. Obviously, that's good for a lot of reasons. And I love how in the third verse he gives you an example of what he's talking about. Overall, man, this is one of Biggie's best projects. I mean, it's kind of messed up to say considering he only had 2.
Right.
For real. But I just give it an A+, man. I think it's a masterpiece. You know, a lot of people tried to do stuff like this afterwards. People listened to it, studied it. A lot of lyrics were stolen from this album. A lot of ideas were stolen from this album. Some of these characters were even continued on in other rapper songs, like Game, you know, Dark Skin Jermaine. Cole talked about it. Yo, crazy album, man.
So let me ask you this: if you were able to say which is one your more favorite project, like this one or Ready to Die?
More of a what project?
A favorite project from Biggie.
I'd say probably the way this one was done, but for some reason, I think it's because Ready to Die was like one of the first albums I ever bought, like one of the first 3 albums I ever bought. Those words and in those songs are ingrained in me.
Okay.
Like I couldn't forget them if I wanted to. I mean, for the most part, it's like that for this because we listen to this so much. But the first album just has a special place in my heart because it was one of the first albums I bought. But I like this album a lot.
Okay, because I feel like this was another amazing album, but it was just like, as I'm listening to it, I kind of was just like, because you know, this is my first time listening to it all the way through, like a project. I've heard various songs from here every now and then, but as listening to a project in its entirety, I think that I favor Ready to Die more than Life After Death. Not to say it's a bad album, because it's amazing, but I just feel like Ready to Die hooked me more than this one did. I kind of felt like this one was just like, to me, in my opinion, it was just like, okay, this is another dope Biggie album. It's cool. But I went back and listened to Ready to Die, and I was just like, yo, this one just has me latched on a little bit more than this album did. But it was still great. You know, hearing, like you said, how it continued from the Ready to Die and everything, that opening was just so epic, like for real, because when you put in all the instrumentation and everything, and it's a seamless flow, it's like it was almost as part as the last album. So I thought that was pretty cool. But my standouts from the whole project would have to be Somebody's Gotta Die, Kicking the Door, Effie Tonight, What's Beef, More Money, More Problems, and I got a story to tell. Yo, that I had to replay that a whole bunch of times because I haven't heard that one before. Miss You was really cool. I didn't really like Another with Lil' Kim.
Really?
Yeah, I really didn't like that one. That was just, I'm sorry. I know I'm gonna get a lot of side hits from that, but I wasn't really feeling that one.
You saw her face, right?
Yeah, I know I did. But I really wasn't feeling that one. Going Back to Cali, that's a classic to me because I've heard that growing up. 10 Crack Commandments was dope. Player Hater was dope. Sky's the Limit. Every time I hear that song, it's just special, man. I don't know what it is about it. It's just real special. And You're Nobody Till Somebody Kills You. It was just real dope way to end the track.
It's kind of eerie too. That's how he ended the album.
Yeah,
and he died too.
Yeah, and I was thinking about that a lot, man. It's just like, you know, how much knowledge and thought he put into this album. It's just like, man, how much did you really know, for real? But yeah, I gave it a straight A. I thought it was just, you know, an amazing project. I still think Ready to Die is the classic Biggie album to me. But you know, that's just in my opinion.
So hold on. So you're saying Biggie has one classic album? That's what you're saying?
I am not saying that. I say I feel like Ready to Die is the classic over this one.
I think both of them are classics. I'm sorry. I do like the one thing I do want to point out. It's like Ready to Die was hard. When this came out, don't get me wrong, it's hard, but at the same time, you can see the change in content, and that's because Puff Daddy was like, yo, you got money now, you can't rap like that. You can't rap like we got to change, we got to grow.
Right,
so that person's dead. This is the life after that.
Right.
So that's why you get the money talk, because, you know, Biggie wanted to just rap hard all the time. He didn't even want to do Juicy. You know? So he just wanted to do like Machine Gun Funks over and over again. Warnings over and over again. What's beef? Like, that was Biggie's lane. But Puff Daddy's the one that came in and he took hits from the 80s and made them sound so crazy. I mean, that's what he said, and that's what he did. He bring in all of these old samples and they turn them into straight joints. But yeah, man, shout out to Puff Daddy.
Yeah, man.
And Biggie. Rest in peace. Yo, you looking for TV reviews, music reviews, movie reviews? Then check out the only reviews that matter, man.
Yeah, just hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notifications and stay tuned.